Ladies and gentlemen, doctors of all ages, I present to you the 126th President of the AOA, Ernest R. Gelb, D.O.
Nicely done.
Knock it out of the park.
You did that well. I don't know where to start. I didn't know I owed this many people money, for crying out loud. So good afternoon and welcome to Chicago without masks. Barefaced in Chicago, who'd have thunk it? Most people think that I look better with a mask than without. I'll take a poll later. This speech has been a difficult task and I really needed some help. So I called a blue state person. They were sleeping. I called a red state person. They were under indictment. Go figure. So I resorted to friends and family and AOA staff. What a team. So here we go. Speaker Morrison. Gator Ray? What's that all about? Just checking. Speaker Morrison. Vice Speaker Broder. Secretary of the House, Dr. Clower. Board of Trustees, delegates, honored guests, friends, it is an absolute honor to have been elected the 126th President of the American Osteopathic Association. To be recognized in this manner by my professional family validates the hard work, sacrifice, and commitment needed to stand here today. My professional goal from a young age has always been to be a country doctor, except that little hiatus about an astronaut thing I had going on for a while. To serve the rural community that may otherwise not have access to health care, it was the advice from an old school DO who encouraged me to get involved in osteopathic advocacy. I started locally at the hospital, fighting for parity in scope of practice issues as well as credentialing. Small gains and wins led to larger issues and challenges. Local graduated to regional and state issues. Before I knew it, progression to larger roles gave me a voice on the national platform. Representing rural Pennsylvania on the national stage became second nature, and here we are today. There is no doubt in my mind that without the love, support, and encouragement of my wife, Barbara, and family, that I would not be here today. Friends and family are special, and mine is no exception. I would really like you to welcome my posse who came here today. They've traveled from all over the country, so here we go. I would like you to hold your applause until the end, except for the first person. Barbara, please stand. This woman knows how to work a room way better than me, I gotta tell you. She should be up here. My forever older sister, Charlotte, and her husband, Jeff. Love him dearly. My brother, Bill, and his wife, Sheila, could not travel at this point. Our daughter, Clancy Harrison, with husband, David, and grandchildren, Dylan and Cash. Wave, guys. Our son Damon Gelb, with wife Kelly, as well as granddaughter Brittany Gelb, who was a page in this house for several years, as well as head page. She's with her friend Chang Yen Wang today. Where are you, Brittany? And Damon, there you go, over here. Granddaughters Courtney, Lindsay, and Kelsey could not travel at this time. Son Matt Cash, with wife Amanda. Benjamin Gelb, whose wife Nicole could not travel at this time. It should be noted that Benjamin, in case you don't notice, is a mini-me. So, Ben, you're stuck with it. You might as well deal with it. Classmates from PCOM class of 78. David Kaufman, DO, and wife Lori. Is it still Naherniak? Or did you? Lori Kaufman, MD. They are both on faculty at Michigan State University. We love them dearly. Richard Gomberg, DO, and his wife Jennifer. Jennifer, did you ever forgive us for moving the furniture? Okay, so you're in witness protection. Robert Gober, where are you? Bob Gober, one of the most amazing people I know in our class. Thanks for coming from Baltimore, Bob. I appreciate it. Friends Melissa Dwark and her granddaughter Savannah Lockwood, who was a page in this house today. Joseph O'Connor and his wife Aggie. Joseph still owes me money from a poker game, as long as you know. Peter Kizzes with wife Nadine, same story, different poker game. Also here today, I think, although I have not seen him, is Mr. John Riley and his wife Myra. John, are you in the house? Any hands? Anyway, Mr. Riley, I found out when he took my presidential portrait, has taken the portrait of the presidents of the last 47, he did 45 of the last 47 presidents of the AOA. And then I found out, much by circumstance, that he also does the portraits for the ACOFP presidents. Bruce Williams gave me that little story, and David Park did as well. Jerry Harmon, MD, is also in the house. Dr. Harmon is the immediate past president of the AMA, a retired two-star Air Force general, an educator, and a friend. Jerry, I appreciate it. Thanks for being here, man. We work together as faculty and preceptors at the Tidelands MUSC Family Practice Residency Program in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Thank you very much. And I really hope I didn't forget anybody here. Anybody owe me money? Okay, just checking. With leadership comes sacrifice. However, with that sacrifice comes progress. We all have a hand in creating change. This is the first AOA family meeting since 2019 with the installation of Ron Burns' DO. COVID set in at mid-year meeting, and the world turned upside down. Our AOA family adapted to enormous change, dealing personally and professionally with COVID-19 and the ramifications of morbidity and mortality. Very few of us here remain untouched. We've lost patients, family, friends, as well as colleagues. Our gatherings were muted and took place on screens rather than in person. The celebration of our 124th and 25th presidents were mostly virtual. I would personally like to take this occasion to acknowledge Ron Burns, DO, Tom Ely, DO, and Joseph Giaimo, DO. Dr. Burns. Thank you. No, don't clap yet. We're not done. Ron, you were installed as the 123rd president of the AOA in a face-to-face meeting here in Chicago. Your presidency hit a brick wall much like a Pink Floyd brick right after the mid-year. You did, however, persevere. Tom Ely, where are you sitting? I got you. I got you in left field, Tom. You stepped up to take on this uncharted virtual world like the leader that you are. You added virtual and hybrid to our lexicon. You pivoted on a dime to the new normal of Zoom and Teams. We all learned quickly that the dress code changed from business attire to sport coats, shorts, and flip-flops. Personally, however, I went with... Yeah, here it comes. Crocs. Deal with it. Dr. Giaimo, you carried on this virtual direction in fine form. You, sir, realized early that we needed to reestablish the camaraderie inherent in our profession. Our vocation is one whose culture is based on trust and touch. You, sir, fought to bring it back, to bring us back. You reestablished a sense of normal and a return to in-person functions while recognizing that each of us was in a different state of circumstance. Thus, you ensured that we could also participate virtually. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And while you're at it, bring the entire family. We are a family-oriented profession. bring our youth and experience together, celebrate the reawakening of body, mind, and spirit. Doctors Burns, Ely, and Giaimo, would you please stand and be recognized as the true leaders that you are? Thank you. Today we celebrate. We celebrate the reunion of family, both personal and professional. We have been longing for touch, to reach out, to give as well as receive our osteopathic hugs. We have discussed, debated, and disagreed. However, at the end of the day, we are family and family wins. We sometimes agree to disagree, talk it out, and move forward. So how do I propose we move forward for the next 12 months? The first thing I'm going to do is celebrate our osteopathic profession, the distinctiveness that we sought, learned, and practiced daily. I'm going to design a blueprint for renewal, renewal for what I call the 3 H's: honor, humanity, and humor. What a shock. I am honored to be a DO. We honored our profession by listening to understand, showing compassion, and treating our patients. We listen to what they have to say. To us, body, mind, and spirit are one. You cannot treat a patient without looking at their entire being and understanding their needs. Our most valuable tool is listening. That is why, in my opinion, residency programs want our graduates. I was pleased but not surprised that in the most recent match, 50% of the first-year family medicine slots in the South Carolina program, where Dr. Harmon and I were chosen as osteopathic residents. Today, more than ever, patients need our osteopathic approach to their care. They need the extra time that we take to listen, really listen to their concerns and their needs. This is a time-honored professional tradition, not a new concept, not a current buzzword. We will continue to honor our profession. We will continue to aggressively defend our scope of practice and our distinctive difference from boardrooms to operating rooms, in the hallways of the federal government to state capitals. Our osteopathic distinctiveness will shine in our board certification and our professional examinations. I will honor our profession and proudly stand with all of you to collaborate for a betterment of our patients. However, there are some of us who chose an alternative pathway to practice medicine, but who remain osteopathic at heart. To these physicians I say, come home. There's room for the 48,000 osteopathic physicians who are ABMS certified. These DOs who meet certain criteria are now eligible for reciprocal board certification issued through their respective AOA specialty or subspecialty board. Honor the profession. Humanity is a sense of humaneness and benevolence. Our current environment has taken its toll on all of us, some more than others. The hours turn into days, turn into weeks, months, and years. Life balance became a question rather than an action. Many of us have been on high alert, taking care of patients and loved ones while waiting for the other shoe to drop. As a physician, especially an osteopathic physician, we all need to recharge and spend time caring for ourselves. Caring for patients is your top concern. Caring for you is my top concern. It's more important than ever to devote time to your own health and wellness. My commitment is to support the development of programs and resources that you need to be the best osteopathic physician possible. The passage of the Dr. Lorna Breen Health Provider Protection Act represents one effort, one program. As a reminder, Dr. Breen was an ER physician in New York City in the early days of COVID. She took her own life as a result of the same virus she contracted while caring for her patients. She saw no other way out. This act, recently signed into law, provides the means to combat professional stress as well as burnout. We must allow ourselves the grace to regain our humanity. We will become better healers and counselors as a result. The strength of our profession lies in our humanity of our diversity. Our comprehensive plan, launched last year, continues as an ongoing AOA priority with these major objectives. Starting with our own association, we have and will continue to develop an inclusive workplace environment that welcomes and incorporates diverse perspectives and backgrounds at all levels. We will ensure that our staff reflects the diversity of the patient populations that we serve. Our humanity will be a model for the entire House of Medicine. The strength of our diversity will be reflected in our leaders, in our members, in our colleges, and in our communities. Establishing AOA board certification as the certification of choice for DOs will be another priority. We are innovating to add increased value, convenience, and accessibility to the process. Another priority is to help alleviate the physician shortage expected to impact access to care over the coming decade. This will allow the AOA to build valuable relationships with turnkey organizations. Of course, our efforts will always include advancing osteopathic medicine and DOs nationally as innovative, leading medical experts. Modern medicine for the body, mind, and spirit. Last but not least, humor. Yeah, you're waiting for it, aren't you? It's not coming. What is life if we can't smile or laugh? We have been under stress for way too long, and we must remember that sometimes laughter can be the best medicine. The human spirit can face, as well as overcome, many challenges with a smile and an enlightened heart. Our patients need our smile, as well as our compassion. We need to share our smile and compassion with each other. Yeah, sometimes laughter can be the best medicine, until it's not. We will continue to defend our distinctive profession from maligned media descriptions, as well as stand-up comedians. Thank you. How about that? We have non-physician clinicians wanting to be called doctor, assistant physicians, or nurse anesthesiologists, or some other misleading title. They want to expand their scope of practice without the benefit of expert training and further communication and education. I am not a provider. I am an AOA, board-certified family medicine specialist and geriatrician, and I am damn proud of it. Dr. Clower, with the senior leadership team, as well as staff at all levels, should be commended for a fabulous job well done in the defense of our osteopathic philosophy and practice. We are winning battles and heading in the right direction. There are so many individuals who have mentored, influenced, and supported me through the years. John Callahan, DO, who recently passed away. John was a legendary Pennsylvania osteopathic family physician and a caring individual. Mario E.J. Lonnie, longtime POMA executive director, as well as an osteopathic pioneer. Anthony Minisal, DO, past AOA president. Tony was installed here 20 years ago as AOA president. I remember as I was the MC of the program, as well as the Pennsylvania president at the time. Kieran Knapp, DO, past ACOFP president. Kieran brought me in and stood with me. Thank you. Joseph Stella, DO, kind, stern, and gentle. A past AOA president, always helpful, always upbeat. Michael Avalone, DO, past ACOFP president. Michael passed several years ago. If you knew Michael, I don't have to say much more. However, one more. Special thanks to PCOM. They allowed me to talk my way into school by way of the Gelb gift of gab. What an opportunity. The education was second to none, and I was fortunate enough to have a rotation in a little rural program in Sullivan County, Pennsylvania. You've heard it mentioned several times today already. By show of hands, how many PCO grads in the room? Show of hands, how many spent time at LaPorte? So you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It allowed us to perform all areas of medicine. We put on our white coats, put into practice what we learned in the classroom to actually feel like a real doctor. Little did I know that after 34 years of private practice, PCOM would allow me the opportunity to become the center director at that same facility, and teaching became a passion. Senior med students doing real medicine on thankful patients, what a blessing. I have completed my full circle of my medical career. Again, I would love to thank my wife, Barbara, who has done a fabulous job tolerating me. I'm not sure that she understood what she was getting into when she accepted my marriage proposal at a state osteopathic meeting in 1984. And as everybody in the room knows, yeah, I did marry up. Finally, I would like to thank Ms. Diana Ewert and my Pennsylvania delegation, as well as the rest of my professional family. Thank you for the honor of your selection, as well as the privilege of your time. I will do my very best to meet your expectations. Thank you.